welcome back to Noire.
Thank you for welcoming me back.
Yeah, how's it going?
Yeah, good, pretty good, and I'd just like to welcome everyone else back, anyone who might be watching. This is still LA Noire.
Yeah, so we're on Homicide Desk. I forget the name of the last case, so I'm going to poke into cases here, and
The previous
definitely
one was,
not hit anything here. The red lipstick corners was the last case. I'm
Right,
backing
the red
out now.
lipstick-
I will not do that again.
In the
Because,
Red
oh
Lipstick
god.
Murder, we didn't get a good score, but we did get a good outcome, it seemed like. There
Yes.
was a guy who was guilty as hell. Like, he either absolutely did it or some asshole framed him, because that's, like, super guilty. They had a box full of evidence.
Yeah.
And we didn't arrest the husband, even though Galloway wanted to, because, like, we figured out that he was totally, not trying.
It seemed very much like we totally would have arrested the husband if we hadn't lucked out very early on in that case, because of how we took the rest of the case.
This looks like a parking lot. It is a parking lot. I'm culturally translating there. Normally I would say car park, but it is America.
Yeah, what, a car park?
Oh no!
What? No. Oh jeez. Wow. So
that was a plate.
That actually was not the murder. She just probably got knocked out there.
Galloway.
And something
could be
happened later.
Got it, Skipper.
A pipe wrench again.
Yeah, I'll bring him. He's my partner, after all.
Rusty not into
New case.
Cole Phelps
White
thing.
female dumped in plain sight in the grass at the end of Hill Street. Hats
Dumped.
are all over it. Captain's trying to fend him off.
That sounds awfully similar.
The first rule of police work is make no assumptions until you've seen the evidence.
I do appreciate that
Skipper
Rusty's
wants
just
to have
like,
your newspaper
fucking,
case on top,
come on,
boy.
let's go over the basics here of
They
Yeah.
know the place where they
homicide
found the
work.
lady.
It's
Don't
interesting
overlook
how he's
that
clearly the senior partner this time, at least for now. Whereas with Cole and Bukowski, it was Cole just kind of immediately sort of took charge. It's just like, no, because Bukowski didn't care.
That Bukowski didn't care, but also Bukowski was like, what the hell? Not quite a rookie, but fairly early on in his career as well. It seemed like
Yeah, he wasn't like a multi-decade veteran like Galloway.
the only thing we knew about Bukowski was like he's Polish and he doesn't like doing paperwork.
Also,
that's it.
he'd been in the police force throughout the war. Like, he had been there since before the outbreak of war, and he, like, took part in the Zoot Suit riots and stuff. I mean, the police suppression of the Zoot Suit riots.
Yes.
So he wasn't a rookie at all, but he wasn't Galloway's level of, look, I've seen this stuff. It's always the wife who did it. Just listen to me and shut up, kid. Yeah. Always the husband who did it, sorry. He doesn't seem to think wives kill their husbands. Well,
I'm sure
I bet
they
you if
do
we find a
at
dead,
some point.
I bet you if we find a dead man, he's going to be like, yeah, the wife did it.
Case, Phelps. Not bad for your first time at bat.
He's into
Don't
what
go
we've
getting
done so
ahead of
far.
yourself. That's one clearance under your belt. Now it's a new day with a new dead lady that needs our attention.
God,
No assumptions.
that has to be depressing. Just like waking up every morning saying like,
See, I knew you were fast.
okay, I'm a homicide detective. There's probably going to be a new dead lady that I have to figure out who
definitely-
fucking killed the dead lady.
He definitely makes it sound depressing, and suddenly is like drinking the right forms of alcohol to make it seem like it's a coping mechanism.
I mean, it's not like you just wake up every morning and you're just like, oh, somebody killed another dead lady. You know, just like whistling your way into.
Okay. I wasn't quite sure where we were going with the turn there.
Look, it turned out okay.
It's okay, perfectly. Yeah, I wonder how many of these cases will turn out to be like random murdered women versus, I guess, men is the primary other option there.
So I'm going to guess that very few of them are, for two reasons. One, it's Noire, which usually has dead ladies. And two, it's a video game, which also generally has dead ladies and not dead dudes.
Yeah, and they've been talking about serial killers of women earlier on, so...
I'll be holding a press conference once the
Hey, it's the Irish chief of police or whatever the fuck.
I have two of my finest
Captain
investigators
Leary.
on the case.
Hey, that's me. I'm one of the finest
Fresh from
investigators on the
bringing
case.
down the sword of justice
Hell yeah.
and crazed sex
Captain,
Alonzo
aren't there
Williams.
similarities between this murder and the murder of Celine Henry?
And of Elizabeth Short, for that
So you don't
matter.
believe there's
Elizabeth
free
Short
sex
is,
cellar at
so I remember that's
large
one of the Black Dahlia
She was
murders.
the Black Dahlia victim, yeah.
The other one, I think, though, is the first case that we took.
Yes. Remember, Cole was saying, "Hey, this looks like the Black Dahlia murder," but then it looked more like a
Regular ass murder.
cover-up.
We keep the gas chamber at San
Not cover-up,
Quentin for the Sons of King.
Very,
It looked like an attempt to make it look like.
very serious about the
Yeah,
gas
right.
chambers at San
Any
Quentin.
new leads in the Dahlia case?
Shut the fuck up.
Run along, boys, and let these officers get to work.
That is the professional way of saying shut the fuck up, so.
Yeah, I love the little press card and the hat.
They don't do that anymore. That's not a thing that they do.
It's really sad.
Speak to Carruthers. I want daily reports
It's partially because people don't wear hats anymore. Like, if you wear a hat, it's probably going to be like a baseball cap. And you don't wear that on the job.
Detective? I was
Daily
first on
reports as if Cole Phillips ever takes more than a day to solve a
Find your
case.
Gonzalez?
scene. Not me. Family out for a stroll. I was first reporting.
Can you show me the body?
It's under the pepper tree, this way.
I appreciate this guy because I did not actually know where the body was, and it was going to probably take me a little while to find it.
Thankfully, Cole had the same problem.
Hello, sir. I'm actually a bad detective. Can you tell me where the bad things happened? Because I don't know yet. I'm sorry.
That was the
It's-
photographer guy, right?
She is.
The one who just walked past.
I think so, yeah. It looked kind of like, the partner.
I think he's the forensics guy who we've seen a few times.
Was
Ray?
it reported in the press?
This-
Sure was. Every detail a copycat would want was there in the story.
Well, that's a great idea.
Yeah. That's kind of a thing that only really happens in, movies and TV shows and such, where, like, the copycats get access to all the details the same way that the cops do. But, like,
Oh, we have a name.
Deirdre
You
Muller?
run Deirdre Muller by R&I.
Back in a
But
second.
yeah, like, it seems like in
In
actual
reality, I
history,
guess.
it seems like they
motive
generally
of
keep like
robbery.
one or two details out of the press.
They
Like
certainly try to.
they definitely try to, and it seems like usually they succeed by saying to like the reporters like, "Hey, keep this one minor detail that your readers probably won't even be interested in out of the press," and it just keeps them from having like,
That's if the cops know they're dealing with a serial killer.
or even
Ugh.
just like a regular killer.
Very distinctive.
That is
I'll do some
very
comparisons back
rope.
at the lab and get back to
huh.
you.
That's a thick rope that she was presumably strangled with.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like a general like, hey,
Looks like she
keep
was tied
a
up.
minor detail out
does
of
at
your
first,
report
but that would
so
be
that
remarkable
when
in
somebody
other
comes
years,
in
too.
confessing to the crime and they
The
don't
watch
mention
might
this
have been
minor
turned off.
thing, we can be like, no, you're an idiot and are just like attention seeking or whatever the fuck.
Watch torn off like the ring that was torn off last time.
Yeah.
People are very uncreative with their murders these days.
Cut 'em.
Speaking of rings torn off,
Fourth finger, left hand, a wedding
Huh.
or engagement ring, violently removed.
man,
That-
this is
Is quite similar, this mangled corpse, to the last mangled corpse.
there is some texture thing happening there.
Yeah, I could see them kind of drifting around the place like a game of life or something. Is it a bug? Obviously it's a bug, but I couldn't tell whether it was
can't.
frozen or...
There's nothing that I can do here. I can't like move Phelps's hand or whatever. It's
I
just
guess
like,
it's this...
yo,
Just
there's
if you want to be sad about boot marks.
those are boot marks, right? Like that's not car tires or something.
And she was totally stomped on, like again, Celine Henry was trampled.
That is all I can do with her.
Detectives, R&I says that Deirdre Mahler of 130 North Bonnie Bray was reported missing this
I
morning.
suspect
by
that
her
we have
husband.
the name of our
What'd I tell you? Just grab the husband, take him
anonymous
downtown and
naked
work him
lady.
over. Can have this wrapped up by lunchtime.
What
That-
about not making assumptions and going on the evidence?
Look. I understand where he's coming from,
Similar
and I feel like
What?
in the vast majority of
Dahlia?
cases, he actually
I
may
don't
be
think
right.
Celine Henry.
I'm sure he sometimes is.
This
But
is probably another sad
in
sack
this
who lost his
instance,
temper
I
with
do
a
not
crowd
think
who
he is
wouldn't put
correct.
out.
Are you a suspect, Rusty?
Watch your mouth, Phelps. All I'm saying is we got enough to do without reopening closed cases.
Talk me through it, Mal. Severely battered, on display, Footprints would indicate that she had been
also,
stomped. Size of the
I looked up
footprints
the
would
actor
seem
who
to
plays
indicate a smallish
Mal,
men's
the
shoe.
medical examiner,
What size shoe did
the other
men
day,
wear?
Mal.
and it is not
Finished?
No,
anybody
I'm not.
who I thought I would
At a
recognize.
glance, I would say
So,
strangulation is the cause of death. I'll need to do
He looks
further
very
tests.
much like a coroner, so good
Angry
casting
boys.
choice.
yeah,
They were married, they'd be at home.
so his thing is
Not
that he
humping out here
plays
in
just
Lover's
like
Lane.
guys who appear in 1 or 2 episodes of other TV shows.
Ah,
So-
character.
Yeah, he's a historical character actor, and in this instance, he found a role where I assume they probably paid less because video games, but also
Yeah,
he
voice
did
acting doesn't
quite
pay as
well
well as
in it,
I-
actually.
Yeah, I like him. Malcolm Carruthers, I think, is his name in the game. What's your B there?
Sorry, I was just my mouse may have been on video
Another
for
day,
a while
another
there. I think it's gone now. B here is the purse,
Ah,
which had
Either-
the money.
possibly. Oh yes, we saw
So
that.
not
Yeah,
a
yeah, but the
robbery.
money in the nameplate. Possibly Skype doesn't show the cursor to me or something, because I didn't see a thing. So I was like, what is going on?
I'm hoping that the recording also does not show it. Okay,
What
so
was it?
can we open the notebook here? Clues? Oops, that's people, not clues.
So we know who it is, probably, and that she's married to someone who Galloway will try and get us to convict.
He has
And
whoever the killer is. He has small shoes,
Yeah,
probably small
so
feet
not
as well.
size 8.
But we do know that he at least has small shoes. So if somebody like is a shoe salesman, we will know
Wait, how
that like.
small? Wouldn't you say small? Was it sub size 8?
Let's find out. I think it just said small. Yeah, it just says small men's footprints.
But if you press A or whatever, does it tell
Small
you?
men's
Okay.
footprints.
Right, so not. But it's, I mean, size 8 is not small, so I'm guessing it's smaller than that. The
I'm size 8.
so it's not big. Actually, maybe it is small.
I think the average is
I depend.
like
Wait, I don't know
10?
the American sizes actually.
I also don't really know. Like, I know what size shoes I buy. It's 12 UK, which is 11 US.
Yeah,
I
the
know that
reason
because
I'd like
I only
to
buy Doc Martens, which have their
Mm-hmm.
sizes in UKs.
How bad is it?
But I think that, like, since it doesn't give the actual size
Size.
here, it's just like, no, they're small. Don't worry about it. Like, it's not linked to the thing.
But it's vaguely suspicious, isn't it? Because like if that was also size 8, it's just there's so many similarities with the last case. But everything was in the papers, so
Yeah, also, I feel pretty confident that the last one that we took was just, we got it.
he didn't say anything when he was arrested. He was like, I know my rights, which certainly speaks of being guilty, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, it wasn't blustering like Jacob or anything. Oscar Mendez seemed like a person who had reason to fear the police.
Yeah. Like,
Then again, just like
guy that gets
being-
arrested for doing crimes possibly is just like, I didn't do those crimes. He didn't even bother with that. He was just like, no, you can't prove it. Like, okay, yeah, actually we can, probably. If we wanted to arrest somebody for not doing the crimes, we could have totally done that. The husband was also under suspicion and just, like, didn't quite land.
Oh, goodness, Phelps.
Because of some fairly lucky questioning that we did, where we even got the
number plate early on, yeah.
yeah.
So, is there there's not really anything else to be gained at the scene here, is there? I guess we need to go and talk to Hugo Moller.
Yeah,
Or to
it does not
find
seem
out
like
what
it.
we should-
I just wanted to double check and make sure that, like, I didn't miss anything.
Nothing
It
was
doesn't seem
confirmed.
like I did. It's still very possible that I did, but I
doesn't seem
feel satisfied.
So which car are you going to take this time? The coroner's?
So there's a car icon on the map. That's the one I'm going to actually take. I think it's
Oh,
this
right,
one.
that's the actual one you drove, yeah. Oh, and also Galloway is sitting in it. He seems to have got bored
Sure
once
is.
again.
Can I? So I feel like it's left trigger to jump into the punching mode, but I cannot punch Galloway,
We have
which
her
is a
ID,
real bummer. I just want to punch the
Someone
car.
at home might be able to tell us something more about her.
At least you know who it is this time.
That is, yes. I think we have an appropriate amount of information for a random murder
Still
victim.
might be some play in the
Oh,
blood.
watch out! This.
I thought we were on our way to lock up the husband.
Our
If it
bad.
doesn't work out then.
By our
Deirdre
bad, I mean,
Muller has
of course,
suffered
my
enough.
bad.
More than enough.
You shouldn't make disparaging comments about her without even the slightest
Cole is
inkling
mad.
of what she was like.
She was a woman, wasn't she? Around about my
can see
third
why he's
divorce,
mad.
I realized women might not be the pure angels we imagine. You're married, ain't you, Phelps?
Don't make any
Look.
insinuations about my wife.
Look,
Hey, she's a woman.
there's a
She's the
lot
mother of my children.
going on here.
You're a father, Cole? Then don't tell
He does
me
have children. I
you're
thought I
right.
remembered that.
This conversation is over.
I think Cole is more correct here than incorrect.
In Galloway. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still not happy about supporting him, but also Galloway really seems just like he seems like a dude who has had a bad divorce and
3 of
is
them,
just
apparently.
like he reads his divorce into every single other thing that he encounters.
Yeah, while also being like a generally cynical and not that educated person and living in 1950
Yeah. And
drinking heavily.
I can't disagree with him for being heavily cynical, because, like, yo, he is a detective. I'm
There is
assuming
some
there are
faults,
very many cases
yes.
that we are not actually experiencing on camera, of just like, okay, homicide detective.
I'm sure
here's
he's
the
come a
case,
lot-
And
I'm sure-
there's a dead
yeah.
lady, and here is a signed portrait of the killer, and it's the husband. The husband did
Yeah,
the
I'm
murder.
sure that really does come a lot of time across a lot of them where we're just like a scout scores look on.
Yeah, like if it was that simple, they wouldn't
yeah.
they wouldn't invoke the video game protagonist role. They'd just be like, and this is another case that Phelps solved.
Well,
Because
occasionally there are simple ones in this game.
it seems
just
like most
not
of them were on
usually.
traffic though. I think, right?
Yeah, but I mean we're on the end of the second case of homicide. I'm sure something in it will be straightforward.
Probably. Yeah.
They try to make everything interesting as a story. Like every case is meant to be an interesting story, but the crime isn't always hard to solve.
I really want to go back to just like these complete morons think that they can hide a auto theft ring from the cops.
And like the plan was good, but the people carrying it out were not good.
It was actually like literally it was just one person was very bad at it because she
And
tried
then
to sell
everyone
the
else-
car in the city that they stole the cars from and didn't realize that that was maybe bad. Like, oops, the cops might care about that one.
Particularly when like some random guy is driving it with a reefer in his glove box.
Yeah, oops.
That she probably didn't predict that.
No, but just like she didn't even think about
Phelps and
the
Galloway,
cops might be concerned
LAPD.
about
Is your father
a
home?
stolen car in their jurisdiction.
Oh no.
Mommy.
Oh, jeez.
What's your name, miss?
Michelle Eloise Mahler?
Oh no.
Can we come in?
I suppose so.
Thank you.
I wonder if they had an adult actor because the face is off slightly.
Michelle?
I reckon the actor was older than the child. It appears to be at least, but still.
Fucking
this is-
45-year-old just like, yes, hello, I'm 8 years old, what's up?
We're gonna have a look around.
I don't know. I think this person is like... I agree, they do not look 7.
No, but
In
They
fact,
do look
they
sad.
look pretty much exactly as old as Cole, who I feel like is in his 30s as of this
he
recording
might
session.
he might be late 20s, but yeah, somewhere around back.
Doesn't look like any.
Don't forget Mum's birthday.
Hang on, sorry, I didn't actually look at that because I didn't think that I could read it.
I said don't forget Mum's birthday. That's why I read that out.
I don't think so.
On the 16th is also what it says. Or on
Yeah.
the 16th, which
There's a
is
bunch
not...
of cakes there. Well, this is all very sad. All baguettes and everything. You can't, like, be happy about the murder of someone who had baguettes. It's a
Cole?
carrot.
Cole, I'm sorry, there was a
Never know.
ping, so I hit the A button, but neither of these things seemed like what you would be interested in. Like, regardless of the context, it seems like... Okay, I'm hitting the left button. You can maybe hear it on the microphone?
Yeah. I can't.
No, I want to look at the knife, but apparently Cole doesn't want to look at the knife, so it's fine. It's a totally normal knife.
I think it's probably a vegetable knife, yes.
I'm sure it is, but It just seems like you would want to look at the knife and not the fucking vegetables that the knife cut.
I mean, the thing is, Louise Moller wasn't stabbed or cut.
No, but in general, if you are looking at just random items at a scene, it seems like the number one item that you would want to look at is anything that could have potentially killed somebody. So,
I guess so, yeah.
a knife.
That's an interesting looking little red booklet thing. Can we look at that?
Yes.
No?
Hang on, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what has been pinging me. A cello?
Oh.
Here?
Must be the kids.
I can shake it, but I cannot.
There's no way that's a cello. That's a violin, isn't it?
Viola. Not a violin. Thank you very much.
Oh. My mistake.
Red book? Red book.
I don't think this is going to help.
This looks suspicious. Oh.
He doesn't think it's
I
going to
guess
help us,
look-
though. And I'm hitting the A button and he doesn't want to open up.
I've been shut down.
I vaguely approve of. Like randomly
it's a
opening a
child's
little
game.
girl's diary, it seems like.
That's
Just does
probably what it
not seem... Like, whether or not it's useful, like, if it's actually useful, okay. But given that he would just be opening it like, her parents probably committed a crime, let's just poke through her most private thoughts and dreams and whatever. Like, that's not great.
So here's the parents' room, with a bigger bed and more cosmetics and things.
Here's some shoes.
Shoes.
Are these small?
Are they the right size?
They are 8s.
Work boots. Size 8s.
Phelps,
Huh.
you need to tell me if that's small. I don't know if that's small or not. Are those small? Please tell me if those are small. You told me that the footprints were small. I don't know if size 8s are small. Phelps? He's not
I think
going to tell me.
he's not
God damn
interested in specific petty characterizations.
it. Lady Elgin in some fucking goth-ass font there.
Fracture or something, I think. It's certainly black letter. Is there another jewellery box to the right?
Yes. Open up.
Oh, well, a ring and a watch are gone, and a ring and a watch were gone from the body. That makes sense.
Missing watch and rings. We kind of already knew that this lady was dead, though, right?
Yeah, but I mean, what this tells us is that, like,
This is Deirdre
I guess
Mahler.
whoever took the jewellery from her body didn't put it back in the boxes.
So it's probably not Hugo Mahler. It's just
Well,
some random asshole. Or it's Hugo
either-
Mahler, but is just, like, smart
Not
enough
stupid.
to not be a stupid dipshit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it was Hugo Moller, he would have to be an idiot to do that. This is not a very big house, is it?
No, yeah. It seems like the same size as the one from, the one where I repaired their,
The gas.
yeah, from outside
Yeah, this
that.
is like a very
The very first
standard
traffic case.
new suburban starter home thing. Young family. Oh man.
I believe my detective pal is smoking because there was just like a puff of smoke. Yeah,
Yep.
he's
Mhm.
totally fucking just smoking a cigarette. Or possibly a cigar. Yep, that's a cigar.
Of course it is.
Having a good time there?
And now you're staring judgmentally at him.
No, I'm staring at the Star Weekly magazine over to my left here.
That is an interesting photograph. Oh, it's people on the beach, right?
Yeah, it's a guy having a very good time and a lady possibly having a very bad time. I don't know.
I
But
think she's probably meant to be having a good time. Also.
Daddy should be on his way, so we should probably talk now and not when Daddy gets here,
Advice?
because Daddy's
Yeah.
gonna have.
All right, talk to the girl.
Oh,
Easy does it.
I didn't mean to talk to him, but that's actually good advice. So thank you.
Yeah. Galloway's not a total shithead. He's just
Daddy is trying to
problematic.
tell me she's okay.
I'm afraid that
Sorry
I
to have to tell you this, Michelle.
cannot tell you that your mother is okay
Your
because
mother
I
is dead.
believe she is dead. So hey, Phelps,
It's not the best
what
acting in
happened
the game.
to
Answer a few questions for
what
us?
happened to being light?
Try.
Also, yeah, that's some bad acting, but also,
I think that she's 15.
you know what's fucked up? She's 15. You know what the age of the girl from the last traffic case was? The one who was
Jessica
raped?
Hamilton was also 15. Yeah.
Yeah. So This game treats...
Hollywood.
Yeah. But also, I think that it treats ladies differently depending on, like... This 15-year-old is wearing, like... I would totally believe it if the game said, like, oh yeah, she's 12. Like, whatever.
Yeah,
The
I was
face
thinking...
is very obviously not 12, but whatever. How the fuck are you going to get a 12-year-old to sit for mocap?
I'm just going to say this is a case of... This is like one of the worst modeled and acted characters in the game, I think, sadly.
Probably.
That I've seen anyway.
I would believe it. Okay.
Well, I mean, the voice
victim,
stuff is fine.
missing watching rings, and state of parents' marriage. Boy, that last one is sure a thing that I'm not going to hit the first.
On his way.
You do need to know the answer to the question, though.
Yeah, I will eventually, but excuse me, let's hit other ones first.
Yeah, where did you last see your mum, who is dead now?
When did you last see your mother?
Yesterday afternoon.
That sounds
I
true.
went to a dance at Belmont High. Mommy was supposed to pick me up, but she didn't show.
So what did you do then?
I was upset.
Belmont High School, question mark.
Daddy came instead.
That's weird for Dad to do.
She actually seemed a little shifty when talking about that, like there was something she wasn't going into. I actually feel like we should be picking doubt here.
Yeah.
There's more to the story, isn't there?
So, I don't know what small men's footprints actually means, like size-wise, but size
I don't think
8
they have
was
it yet.
considered small in a previous case.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at right now.
Okay, let's be charitable to the forensic people and say that perhaps the footprints, it wasn't totally clear what size they were. So that you know they're not big. Maybe that's why they didn't write it down.
I don't want to hit doubt on somebody who's been
I
traumatized. Do you think?
Well, I mean-
I'm sorry. I don't want to hit lie on somebody who's been traumatized.
Oh,
Are you
yeah,
okay
yeah,
with
yeah.
me saying like lie in the hopes of baiting out your dad's shoes are small?
Why don't we just pick doubt this time? Like, you can yell at her later, I'm sure.
Okay, let's hit
There's
doubt.
no... Don't need to be
You were hanging around
too...
That was okay.
Why?
It's okay to hit doubt.
What happened with your
We
father?
did it.
I don't know. I called and finally.
Ah, so this
He
is
was
what she
busy
wasn't
murdering
saying.
my mom,
Came straight away
so
then.
he was just so busy.
It could really have been the husband
Some
this
of your
time.
mother's jewelry was missing. Can you describe her things?
But why?
Ring, watch.
Those are both true.
I never paid much attention to that stuff.
That sounds true.
She's looking
Well-
away though.
It sounds true. I don't know if it is true,
A
but...
ring and watch, but that's all we got the evidence for.
I mean, I guess it wouldn't be totally crazy if, like, a young girl actually did pay attention to her mother's jewelry and was like, I'm interested in jewelry, but, like, there's no real reason to think she might be lying to us, I
hitting
think.
doubt is just so shitty. I want to hit truth.
Okay.
It's painful.
It was correct.
This may be
I did
important.
it.
Good.
She was nervous. She was looking away because she was nervous about the cop here about
Yeah.
her mom's death, which makes perfect
Yeah.
sense.
The matching diamond and ruby engagement ring.
She wore a watch.
Yes, the yellow gold Elgin watch. Daddy bought it for her birthday.
Real good home life
It was
going
a
on
makeup
here.
present.
Well,
Makeup present, huh? Well,
uh,
lot to
it's-
unpack here.
Are you sure? It might just be like a single thing
Mom
to
and Dad
unpack.
are,
N-
happily married.
That single thing to unpack
Of
is
course they are.
very large. Is all I'm going to
they
say. I don't think we have anything to hit lie for, but I'm going to hit
Nah,
lie
it'd
for
be-
it instead, because boy, it's either lie or doubt. It's not truth. I can tell you that much.
But wouldn't it be nice to get through the conversation without accusing the young girl of a crime?
It would, but
Of a lie, I mean, sorry.
this just seems like the kind of thing they're going to be like, oh, your parents had good relations? Like,
Then explain these size 8 work boots he wears.
pretty fucking much. Like, god damn, I really
The game's
hate the
not that
doubt-lie
inscrutable.
difference. I bet it's doubt.
It's doubt.
But I
It's
really
totally
want to hit lie, because what if he accuses her of something completely stupid that there's no actual relation to the question that he asked, but the answer is like size 8 work boots, or husband's alibi, or even missing watch and rings. Like,
I feel like most of the time, it is not that hard to pick between doubt and lie. There are some which are hard, but like I don't think this is one of them, for example.
No, I think you're right that this is doubt, but I would just really like to know for sure that it's not like lie. Here's missing watch and rings.
It's true that the element of having extra information once you pick lie is just weird. Yeah, like they should have not done that. They should have.
Were they, Michelle?
It was doubt,
Did
by
your
the way.
father ever hit your mother?
Doubt was correct.
Just the once.
That's
Oh.
still
Yeah,
not
did it again.
okay. By the way,
How do I
just
broach
throwing
the
that out
cup
there.
for it? And they always wore her golden butterfly.
Thanks, Miss Muller.
That's the title of the case.
Very brave.
The Golden Butterfly.
Yeah. Hey, buddy.
What gives?
Daddy, the
Go
police
to your
are
room, please,
here.
Michelle.
Hey.
Daddy, mommy is gone.
Go to your room, young lady. She's not
Um,
even out of school. You can't come in here interrogating her.
That's-
like she's
Your
some
wife
kind
was
of
found murdered this morning.
Yeah.
found,
Yeah, buddy.
but she only.
She only what? Hey, you want to finish that sentence, sir? Sir?
We have some questions
I'm sorry.
that we would
Do you,
like to ask.
sir? Can you finish?
Well,
that
let's not get all
sentence?
Galloway here. Like he might be innocent. It's just
Very possibly.
We need-
My guess is that.
we need to find out though.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have my hands off the controller right now. My guess here is that he and his wife were out drinking. She said something. He was like, "I'm going to go home. I'm very drunk. You also cannot go home with me because you've said something that made me upset." But blah 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 blah. We're both drunk.
I don't think it'll be that specifically, because what was happening in context was their daughter was at school in the afternoon and needed to be picked up shortly.
What?
Would you go
never been
out
drunk in the
after-
afternoon?
Well, you shouldn't go out drinking in the afternoon, like while like preparing to pick up your child from school. No, I think that's the thing most people wouldn't do. I hope most good parents anyway.
Sorry, I
Please,
was
if
trying
that's all,
to
please just leave.
audibly drink, but instead I didn't have very much left, so I just kind
Yeah,
of
but, like-
coughed.
So first of all, it's not the afternoon; it's like almost midnight where you are, and also you don't even have a 15-year-old daughter.
Not that you know of. Also,
Oh,
I
no.
should say I don't. That would be fucking weird if I did, because I would have been 12 at the time. So,
It's not actually impossible,
um,
but yeah.
sorry,
we'll
let's
assume
let's go back to this case here.
Okay. Okay. So yeah,
footprints.
I reckon that's the wrong
That's
theory.
that's
They
one
could
that we
be
can hit
two-
live for, right?
So
What size shoe do you wear, Mr. Muller?
Why do you ask?
17. Bah, bah, bah.
Sir. Simple process of elimination.
9s, I think.
No, you fucking don't, you motherfucker.
that's
it's
a
eights.
lie, lol.
You double. Oh god, damn it.
Why would I lie to you at a time like this?
Why would you lie to me? You idiot.
Yeah, wow, holy shit, he is dumb, isn't he?
The work boots we found here are size 8s. Why lie about it if you've got nothing to hide?
Because he's
Because
embarrassed.
I always get teased about the
Oh,
size
yep,
of my feet.
he's embarrassed.
Huh.
You know, small feet,
I mean-
small.
Always
That
been true in my
Could
experience.
be true.
Shut up, you fucking dipshit. God damn it, why are you my partner?
So you were here all night. You stayed in while your wife went out to pick up your daughter?
Yes, that's correct.
No, it's not, because of the way that you reacted when you said that. But
Mm.
I don't think we have
Also,
any evidence to prove it. So I'm going
We
to
do
say
actually.
doubt.
I see that husband. We totally see. Look at husband's alibi.
Ooh.
Yeah, he didn't stay in. We can prove
You
it.
should come clean if you're having an affair or if there's something going on.
I told you I was here. Were you saying I wasn't?
Yeah, your daughter says you were a absent motherfucker.
So why did you take so long to answer the phone when your daughter
Bop bop.
Okay, I went out for a while. I was driving around. It's my way of.
Hey.
I don't know if this guy killed his wife, but he's definitely going out of his way to look like he did.
No, yeah. So what I would say here is that, like, hey, buddy, if you didn't kill your wife, you should probably confess to whatever you did that wasn't killing your wife.
Because it sounds like he's
Because-
done something.
Sir, somebody killed your wife, and every time you say, like, oh, yeah, I just like to go out driving for a while. Like, boy, that really sounds like I killed my wife and then just kind of drove around for a little bit because I was, like, trying to cope with it.
And I tried
found in a
to
missing
hide
person
clues
report.
because I'm embarrassed about my feet.
Yeah, that's right. My wife didn't come home last night. She left around 9:30. Michelle was out at dance. She called me to let me know that Deidre didn't turn up.
Oh, so it was later than that.
How does he know that?
This one might be true, or it might be doubt.
I'm going to hit back and then hit history of violence instead.
Your wife
All
was
right.
beaten and then strangled. In your case, you have no alibi and a history of violence towards your wife.
That's not true, god damn it.
No, it actually is true, sir.
Yeah, it is. We've got the golden butterfly.
I don't know that oh, yes, that was first.
After domestic violence incident.
It is true, Hugo. You're a violent man. You try to keep a lid on it at home, but sometimes you lost control. Your daughter and your wife were scared of you.
You don't know anything about me.
So I would like to take his daughter away from him. I understand that. Look,
I don't know if. I don't know. Like I reckon Cole is coming on a little strong.
And how you bought your wife off the last time you heard her.
no, he's right
Like to
though.
spend money,
Like,
right? Dresses, jewelry, her hair. It drove me.
I mean, yeah.
Do I look like a Rockefeller?
Nobody likes a cheapskate, Hugo.
okay, look. I'm sure his wife is not a perfect golden angel, but
No,
every time
obviously he's a domestic violence abuser, right? Like at least once.
That's,
but that
that's
doesn't
the kind of thing that I
necessarily
come up
mean.
to is like, okay, they have attempted to create a truth in the middle situation, where he's obviously not a good person, but his
No,
wife
he's
was
not.
at fault.
No.
But
I don't think
instead
there's
you're just
any-
like, no, he's a fucking dipshit asshole.
I don't think it's meant to be anything like his wife was at fault. The thing is, I'm not convinced at this point that he killed her. If he did, then fine. Yes, obviously, imprison him for crime.
No, I don't think he killed her. I just think it's like supposed to be like he cut his wife off or
Please,
something.
if that's all, please just leave.
It is not all, sir.
No, it's not. He's optimistic. Okay, let's start with this one.
You phoned in a missing
So, is
persons
this
report this
true or
morning?
doubt?
Yeah, that's right. My wife didn't come home last night. She left around.
Swallowed visibly there.
He
She
did.
left around 9:30.
I'm thinking doubt here,
Michelle was out of
but I
dance.
am going to hit lie because A, I don't respect him as a person, and B, I don't know whether we can use any of this information to
Sure.
get him to lie or get him to get
Yeah.
dunked.
And you didn't report that she was missing till this morning? That's very unusual, Mr. Mueller. Not to mention suspicious.
It actually isn't that
Look,
unusual or
I
suspicious,
was annoyed with her. That's why I was waiting for her to come
especially
home.
if they were on the outs
Why,
on
you
their
telling me
marriage,
something different?
which is also what he's saying. So.
Yeah, I
Uh,
reckon it's doubt in this case rather than lie because we don't have any proof that it's that suspicious to call in the
Off
morning.
the hook
Yeah.
for now.
But we do have the ability to just like try and say,
Your
hey,
wife
tell
had
us
to go out
more.
by herself?
Criminal.
Bars, nightclubs?
No.
That was correct, by the way.
What are you
When I
suggesting?
hit doubt.
Suggesting my wife's loose? Now is not the time for you to be pushing me, mister.
Sir,
said you
that
were-
is
It really is,
actually
actually.
not
Arguing
the
about
concern
who
that we
picked
were
up
after.
Michelle. I worked a full day. I wanted to come home, put my feet up.
None of that is
Getting hostile
relevant.
with us is a very bad idea, Hugo.
You
I'm no
fucking
murderer.
dipshit
Make some
moron
arrangements for your daughter,
asshole.
and then present yourself to Central Station for questioning.
You gotta be kidding me, Phelps. Put the cuffs on him.
This
No.
is an outrage. I didn't kill my wife.
Your
He-
daughter is
no,
an
you
expert,
didn't.
Mueller, so I'm giving you a break. Don't make me change my mind.
He might have.
Don't make me come look
I really don't think
just-
he did.
I
I
could
think he's an
definitely-
asshole. I think he's a fucking abuser. I think he's a piece of shit.
Should go back
I think
in
he's
there
very
and
many
bust his
bad
ass.
things. I do not
One,
think
we
he
need to
killed his
break
wife.
his alibi. Check phone records, canvass the neighbors. 2, we have motive of domestic
The other
violence.
thing I will say is
Probably
that,
goes
like,
for half the men in LA. 3, we have no evidence.
the
tying him to the
cops-
crime scene.
Neither of these people think that he
Hey, look,
did it.
Detective!
Speaking of neighbors,
Hey,
did you talk to her and the other people around and stuff?
God,
just
imagine
saying.
if she fucking did it. Just like, hey, I noticed that you were thinking about arresting my neighbor.
Over the radio.
And you can help us with our inquiries?
Yes, sir. They had a row last night. I heard Mrs. Mueller screaming.
Row, row,
Did you see
fight the
Mrs. Mueller
power.
come home late last night? at all?
No, not at all. I did see Mr. Mueller put something in the incinerator
Oh,
earlier this morning.
okay.
I told you he was our guy.
Maybe
Let's
he did
get
it.
this bum downtown and into a cell.
No, this is
There he is
too
now.
early on, I think.
Holy shit! At the
What?
He's at the fucking incinerator.
Hey! Hey! Sir, remember when I said
Step
you were being
away from the
suspicious?
incinerator.
You dipshit?
Don't let him get away.
Okay.
Okay, but no shooting. We need this guy to make the case.
No, we don't. If you kill him, you're just good.
I'm not actually sure that's true what you just said. I think that would make you mad.
It's look. I've experienced the police in the 2017 United States. If you kill the guy, you're just good. You did it. Oops. We're totally going to just like.
We're gonna get right up close behind him and tackle him.
I don't like this chase scene. I'm
I'm finding it very easy and relaxing. I just kind of sit here and a chase happens.
Stop running, Hugo! Hands where we can see them.
Hey.
Good job, Galloway was on the case.
Excuse me. Thank you for saving me, Galloway.
I'm starting to come around here.
Inspect the incinerator, huh? What do we got here? What the hell are you burning? You dipshit?
A bloody shoe.
What the fuck are you doing? You dumbass?
I can explain the blood.
Okay, explain it.
Get him booked in at Central, officer. Then put him in an interview room.
Clearly, he couldn't explain it.
Yes, sir, detective.
Oh man. So
you can call, miss.
She's like 15.
Home and
You need somewhere to stay, Michelle. You have other family? Grandparents, aunts, or uncles?
He should be the one doing this, by the way.
Bakersfield and
Call her.
he should have been doing this instead of trying to conceal the evidence of his crimes. Yes.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
No,
We ought to get some uniforms down here, clean up, take care of the kid.
I appreciate that you are also with me,
Yeah.
Rusty.
I
But
suggest,
also, look. I want to say.
Don't go anywhere yet. Don't get in the car. There's a few things we should do first. I think. Like you see the phone booth. It's like got a glowing light on it, which means you can totally.
Did we get Ray Pinker and a technical services team to a house at
Phone
130
booth?
North Bonnie Bray Street?
This one here, right here.
Send someone down from juvenile hall to look after a young lady.
This one that I'm standing right in front of.
Maybe I was wrong.
It's got a light on it in case of like, yo.
I could have sworn I saw an icon on the map saying, "Hey, do the telephoning."
Does not seem like it. Although I will stand here staring at it as if I was in a death competition here.
It's suspiciously tall, isn't it? Like it's threatening.
God, seriously, like, Phelps is what, 6 feet tall, right? Like you assume? And this thing is eye to eye with Phelps. That's suspicious. There's going to be a robot uprising at the end of this game.
It's looming, isn't it? It could be a real possibility.
I really want to fight the thing, but I can't. I'm holding left trigger and hitting X, which it does not let me
Just
punch.
fighting gun. No, I don't think you're going to be able to fight it. I think that's unrealistic, actually.
No, yeah,
Well,
it's unrealistic, but look, I just want to fucking punch it.
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah.
Huh. So we've actually got a whole bunch of options here.
I can use the game well now.
Oh.
Haha!
Okay.
Cole Phelps back
I assume this was what's going to happen if I just like drove in the car for a little bit.
How can I help, Detective?
What you got for me?
I need an address on a Belmont High School.
What?
Checking for
Yeah,
you,
that was
Detective.
mentioned earlier. The girl said she was picked up from Belmont High School.
Belmont
Yeah, but like, why now? Why not
5,
earlier?
5 West 2nd Street.
Oh, this is the first time you've gone to a... Oh, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I saw the icon before. Anyway. So, it's interesting, isn't it? Like, we've got a ton of evidence on Moller, but there are a bunch of extra leads.
Morgue, right?
Do we need to look at the high school and the morgue? I guess so, yeah. We certainly can't. We can't head downtown yet.
I think morgue first, then high school. Because
Alright.
we want to know about the dead body, right?
Yeah. We do. We want the facts. Information from the science crime man.
I think we will find important information at the high school when we eventually go there. But I do think that going to the morgue first is just going to like give us
I'm
the...
surprised, you know. I didn't make the husband for it.
Always make the husband.
No,
9 times
I
out of
really
10,
don't think he did
closest
it.
person to the victim.
Like, I think he's a piece of shit. I think he's
I
a bad person in various
Galloway,
ways.
that's not.
What?
The law of parsimony. Occam's razor. The simplest
Shut the fuck up,
explanation is
Phelps,
most
you
likely
dipshit.
You know, you could have said that without getting all liturgical.
Yeah,
Try to dumb things
thank
down.
you, Rusty.
Priest,
Also,
Try
again,
this
shut the
one.
fuck up, Phelps, you dipshit.
Rusty's razor.
How's that go?
You blame the guy that's banging her.
Ah, of course. Famous Lex ignoramus.
Close his Casey's cold.
Lex ignoramus.
That's not a bad term for it, but also, I think if you see as many murders as Rusty does, I don't think that that's actually like inaccurate in a way that
11K to KTBL.
you would want to call it out specifically.
Go ahead
It's
with
like,
further.
yeah, I bet fucking most murder
totally
cases it
accepted
crosses
this.
his thing. Hang on. Sorry, I'm
you just
going to
accept
stop
this?
going to the thing.
Did you just accept the street crime?
I did not. And that's why I'm going to
Did
stop
Galloway
going to this
accept the
morgue and I'm
plea?
going to go to the high school instead. Because apparently there's like a pervert just sitting out in the high school.
Oh shit, okay. Oh, that's why it was also accepted. Well, that seems relevant.
Check out my excellent
Bit of-
turnaround technique where I just like run
I
somebody.
see the twisted bumper you're now carrying around.
Look, it's fine. It's all fine. Don't worry
That's
about it.
interesting, like, perfect high school that. It might not be relevant, but it might be.
So we've got the dead lady. She is not a high schooler, but the daughter is.
No. Well, okay,
Is
so
that relevant?
it is actually extremely relevant now that I think about it, because remember Muller's testimony? Hugo and Louise argued about who was going to go and pick up the daughter, right?
Yeah.
But Hugo won the argument. He refused to go out. Well, he says that his wife went out to pick her up, which means she would have gone to the high school.
Yes. So. But
So we
surely
do want
the
to.
daughter would have been like, "Hey, some weird pervert was like hitting on my mom or whatever the fuck."
I mean, she might not know that that happened if it did happen,
That is very true.
or it may not have happened. So
But I do think it's. Oops, sorry. I do think it's worth at least like going to the high school and being like, "Yo,
Yeah.
there's a pervert here. What's up?"
it is. It is. Muller's blood-covered shoe is quite something. But
Did he like fucking hire some weird, like, "Hey, creepy guy that always hangs out around my daughter's school. Do you want to kill my wife for me? Thanks. Bye." Like that's
Hopefully not.
kind of where I'm at right now.
Season since fabric rationing's over. We have
Fabric
to go.
rationing.
I can't Saturday.
Oh
World War.
shit! Right, it's like right after World War II. Also, that's a pervert.
You're going on another drive
Hey.
with baby Gardner.
Hey,
aren't
pervert.
you?
Hey!
So what if I am?
Go, Phelps. I'll take the car and see if I can cut him off.
Oh god damn it! Sorry, I was taking a drink
Oh.
and just like missed my opportunity to hold the up button. Hey. Hey, sir? Sir, why were you listening to the teens? Sir? 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 This is important. It's related to whether you're gonna go under for murder or just like being a fucking weirdo. Also, yes, being a fucking weirdo is a crime now.
well, it is around
Oh.
a high school, I would say.
That's not the person! I'm sorry, sir! I'm sorry, random other guy.
Let's hope that Galloway's got the car around it again this time. Hey.
Yeah! I cannot pull my gun. So he better actually have the...
Did you try pointing your gun at him, or was it not an option this time?
I'm hitting the left trigger now. I cannot point my gun at him.
I guess you only do that with people who you might want to kill. Tackle. Ah. Come on, tap him. Ah, you could have tackled him there.
No,
You had
I
the
want
thing
to
on
be
the
closer, because like...
But like, when it's on the screen, that's when you can do it.
Sir! Come back! Come back,
You
sir!
could have tackled him.
I have a
Yeah.
gun! I totally could have tackled him. You're right. Bop!
That's far enough, Bree.
Bop,
You move
bop,
the muscle and
bop,
you're a
bop,
dead man.
bop, bop, bop!
If you
Wait,
tackle him, you might have got to interrogate him instead of knocking him out.
I probably can interrogate him still.
11K, go ahead.
11K, see the janitor. A green 1946 coupe registered to a Mrs.
Sorry, did you say coupe? Like what? The fuck are you talking about?
It's a car.
No, it's a coupe. A coupe is what a car is. It's not a coupe. It's like a dumb.
That's how you say that
thing.
word. It's coupe. It's a French word.
What? No. This is America, goddammit. We don't speak French.
Maybe you did in 1950.
Been in trouble with the law before, Eli?
Some.
What are you doing around here?
I like to keep an eye on the children.
That's a fucked up
Strictly
thing to say, you
paternal?
dumbass.
Is it, Eli?
Don't sass me, boy.
What?
A
No.
woman was abducted here last
I
night,
will
Eli,
sass you
and
as
murdered.
much as I
Not
goddamn
enough
please,
to
you
make for
motherfucker.
that Cherokee motherfucker.
God damn.
Well, I wouldn't know nothing about that. A woman, you say? I like 'em a little younger than that.
Turn out your pockets, Eli.
Now, why would I do
Okay.
that?
This
'Cause
dude
I'm
did
about
not do
to
the
break your
murder,
fucking skull.
but he should be arrested anyway.
Are you
Hey!
sure he didn't do the murder?
You're in very deep trouble. Get some backup down here, Rusty.
So the reason
We
that
need
I'm
to get
sure
this
that
one
he did not do the
downtown
murder
and
is
into a
because of
cell.
how fucking obvious it would be
I'll
if he
tell them we
did.
got a kitty raper.
Also,
coming in. They can roll out the red
Because
carpet.
he's a kitty raper. As our partner has so judiciously said,
But I mean, what if, for example, Louise Moller caught him outside the school and he was like, "Oh no, I need to avoid being found out, and so I'll murder her to
that
make it
would
look
be
like the
so
Black Dahlia
obvious.
did."
Like, I really don't think he did it because of how obvious it would be.
Social, maybe 1 a.m.
I mean, maybe he
We're keeping a
didn't,
good
but
eye out lately.
maybe he did.
Problems with the child molester.
Yes, I am very willing
Eli
to
Rooney.
hear like evidence that he
met
did,
Filthy
but
son of a bitch.
I think
Well,
he's
we're
just a
about to
fucking
find out
creep.
what the janitor
I think
knows.
he's a
Himself off the
pedophile.
car.
I
I
don't know,
think he
sir.
probably would have touched kids if
I'd like
he had
to
a
say
chance,
yes, but the truth
but I
is,
do
it
not
was
think he
pretty
did the
dark.
murder.
Would you say Rooney is
He
violent?
should be arrested though.
Yes,
like
sir, I would
we're
say
already
so,
there.
yes.
We did that part.
Thanks for your help.
Violent.
This dude though, I would believe if this dude did the murder
What? Why?
because he's telling us about how bad the other guy was.
I don't think that's a sufficient reason to think he himself is a violent murderer.
No, yeah, it's a bad reason, but it's a reason. So, you know, when it turns out that he actually did do it and we found the evidence to prove it, I expect you to eat hell of crow. But until then, you know, we'll wait.
Are you aware of why you are here?
I need to find evidence, right?
Yes, but specifically, you need to examine the car.
Oh,
That's Moller's car that she was found in the parking lot.
might be.
Fortunately, I was paying attention.
Holy shit, that's a noose.
Blood and skin samples. We better get Ray Pinker out here.
Okay, so there's that.
So this is
There's a fucking
Louise's own
bloody-ass
car, which
sweater.
was left.
Holy shit.
Muller is a mechanic. I wonder what Eli
Ah.
does for a living.
Oh, huh.
Evidence.
So, are we
This was
gonna?
murder.
Could be important.
Are we going to be reduced to like, did the husband do it or did this weirdo pervert in the high school parking lot do it?
I mean, it definitely seems like those two people are the suspects here.
I think if I had to pick between them, I would pick the husband.
Maybe, I wonder if going to the morgue will still be a useful thing to do, maybe get some final bits of evidence. It's,
Possibly, I'm going to hit this cell phone. Sorry, cell phones aren't real yet. I'm going to hit this phone that was on my map. Because I want to call and find out what's up.
the husband seems more suspicious for this actual
Phelps,
crime.
Badge 1247.
Badge 1247.
It really does not seem like the creepy perverts.
I need interrogation set up at Central for both suspects
thing.
being held in the Muller homicide
Like,
case.
if she was, say, 20 years younger, absolutely, yeah. But
Thanks for your help.
he's a criminal for other reasons, is what I would
I mean,
say.
he could also just be two criminals. Like, he might like molesting children and murdering, like, middle-aged women. Like, he
Very
just might be a very bad person indeed.
So we've got the morgue and the police station here. I'm going to hit the morgue.
Yeah, I do want to still see what's going on there. We didn't manage to get there earlier.
We were on our way there, and then there was a pervert at the high school, so we just swung by.
I think, at the moment, to me, Moller is more suspicious, yes. You've left Galloway behind.
I have. He'll be fine.
I don't know if he'll be fine.
Look, he'll get there eventually. It's fine.
Are you sure that's actually true?
It is true. Because we've done it before, multiple times, where we just leave the guy behind and it turns out okay.
Or in that case, we're driving like 1 second long.
Yeah, but this is basically one city. How far are we going? Which one of these?
So it's to the east. The flag way over right.
Gun.
It's quite a long
scene.
way.
No, it's fine. He'll be there. He'll be there.
I guess it'll be interesting to see what happens, but I feel
know
like
what?
you're possible.
The way that I would put it is like, he's gonna be there, and if he's not, that's gonna be fucking amazing. It was just like a scene of just like Phelps, what the fuck? Did you leave your cop partner behind at the crime scene? What kind of asshole are you? What's wrong with you?
It will be interesting to see what happens.
Hey, idiots! Hey, get off the sidewalk. There's a cop car here. You need to leave right now.
I feel like driving under the influence is meant to be Galloway's thing rather than Cole's, but some sort of role reversal taking place.
Look, all I'm going to say is that these people are terrible at avoiding my crime.
Also, I can't hear you over the siren, so you probably want to turn that off or speak up.
It's fine. Everything is fine. Holy God. So in the history of this Let's Play, when the sirens are running, you may not be able to hear me, but it turns out okay on the recording. So I've turned my sirens off now.
Okay. I'll listen to the recording later on and see if that's true,
I'm
or
really
like
hoping
a
it is, 'cause,
convenient
boy,
deflection.
there would be egg on my face if it wasn't.
Degree the egg.
Yeah. Generally speaking, when you do some kind of like wild and crazy techniques, like driving on the wrong side of the road or driving like a fucking asshole with the people just trying to dive out of your way, they're all stupid and I hate them. And cutscene trigger save me, please. Thank you.
I really, where is Bukowski gonna? Not Bukowski. Galloway gonna be? I'm really curious now.
He's totally just in the passenger seat. It's fine. Yep. Here you go.
Oh. Wow. I hope he sends you a nasty letter later, at least.
I don't think he will. I think that the game just kind of assumes that he was in there the whole time.
That's a bit sad, isn't it?
I want to punch this guy. He's not guilty of any crime or whatever, but I just want to...
Phelps, Rusty, thanks for coming.
I just really want to just be able to walk up and just deck the janitor.
Sure. It'll all be
and then have somebody ask me,
is like,
what the fuck are you doing,
two
Phelps?
janitors in a row.
Cause of death and strangulation?
Correct. Take a look at the samples on the bench.
Okay.
Samples. Ah, rope pieces.
These are different ropes. There was
Trying to match it up with the marks?
Yeah, there was a vibration that suddenly stopped, which I thought meant that it was relevant, but actually it meant that it was irrelevant, I guess.
There
are monumental
uses for that kind of rope. On boats, mooring lines.
Correct. Although Ray says that they're sometimes used as bell ropes in churches.
Huh. What do we know about the husband
So are we looking
here?
for a sailor or a minister?
Well, the husband is a
in my
mechanic.
experience, sailors seem to have
Yes.
the greater libido.
Was Mrs. Muller criminally attacked?
What exactly
No
is his
external or
experience with
internal traces
sailors'
of semen.
libidos?
Thanks, Mal.
It's,
Anything else comes up, you let us know.
So sailors spend several months at sea where they do not have any ladies, and then they come back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a classical, like...
Hey, what's that office to the right there? That looked cool.
I'm going to hit clues first, and then I will check the office.
So Carruthers might not have been speaking from personal experience there, yes, okay.
No,
So-
yeah, it's a very stereotypical thing. We do have the rope.
Was there anything else? Like, can you talk to him or look at the body?
Yeah, let's actually go back in there as soon as I check out this office. Hey, office, what's going on?
Yeah, do like random rooms that you can investigate and be like,
Wait,
oh, the janitor.
what are you...
wants to
Oh,
clean it.
hey, sorry, janitor. I didn't realize you were cleaning this room. I'll get out here now. Bye, sorry.
He's actually upset with you because, like, twice in 5 minutes you've tried to fight a janitor, and so this one is like, my
Getting
people are under
revenge.
threat. Yes.
Okay, well, I can't check out the body, I guess. And
Looks
I
like-
also
yeah.
can't talk to the coroner.
I guess it just was the rope samples. Like, the outcome of the autopsy was just she was strangled with a rope.
Which we kind of already knew. Although it's good to have that kind of stuff, because there was that one case where, like, this guy's been hit by a car, and then you go to the coroner, and it's like, oh, actually, he's been stabbed.
Nope. Yeah, stabbed. So...
Which we had kind of already figured out, but, you know, it's good to have coroner backup.
I wonder whether this school pervert is like a sailor or any other kind of nautical dock worker person.
My guess is that yes, he is, and that's going to be your.
I say we make Rooney for this. I think we should lay it on him. He was near the car, he had her jewelry, the DA will love him for it.
Even if he didn't do it?
Who cares whether he did it? You have kids, Phelps? It needs to be taken.
See, this is the reason why you should pick people up, so you can have conversations
and we
with
let
them.
Mueller slide?
Yeah. For a while. He gets a free pass for now.
So, we can actually see the questions that we're going to ask when we get there. Place
Yeah, that's cool.
employment, access to braided rope, motive for Mahler murder. My guess is that, like, you can totally just arrest this dude for the murder. I just don't think he did it.
Yeah, that could be a possibility. I want to know what happened, how the shoe plays into it. Like, depending on the explanation for blood on the shoe, it might be pretty clear that Mueller did it.
I think that Mahler did do it, and
There wasn't.
Sorry.
I mean, there's also the bloody set of overalls. Like, are those initials HM? Do they stand for Hugo Mueller? If so, it seems like he probably did it, but wasn't very good at covering his tracks. If so.
Sorry. Overalls. HM.
Yeah.
His name is in fact Hugo Mueller, right? Yeah,
Yep.
sure is.
I mean, that's his name.
Yeah, he totally did it, and he's just a fucking idiot moron. And the entire thing about like the guy being a pedophile at the high school is just basically like a way to get players to say like,
I never said it wasn't.
I mean, Hugo seems like an okay guy. Like, other than the murdering his wife part, he seems like fine. And also, this guy is totally a pedophile. Like, he is admitted to being just like a creep that sits in the bleachers and looks at the pretty girls.
Run that risk?
That's the case Cole is making too.
Not exactly the happiest of places.
I'm not happy to be agreeing with Cole Phelps, but I think he is, in fact, correct.
If you're working with a
in
pro,
this
it's
instance.
easy to overlook the grim realities of a place like that.
Funny job, man. Corners.
How so?
No, you don't want them enjoying their work too much. The wrong kind of man can get awfully lonely rattling around a joint full of corpses.
Rusty, that's
Galloway,
like something
what?
out of the pulps.
Been reading the same ones as me?
I thought you were usually too drunk to get through.
You know, if I
Jesus.
close one eye and squint, you can just about make out the
That's
Cole is such an asshole.
yeah, but Galloway like totally plays into it. He's like, yeah, I can't read. I drink too much.
But I
to
mean,
read."
he's like he's responding to trolling there. He's,
Yes.
That's that cop.
He's not like
go soft
yeah.
on
He's
me,
dealing with it.
Phelps.
We'll work the evidence, Rusty. Let him do the rest.
So yeah,
ready?
I think you're with me on like
Perverts in one. Get in
the
there
weirdo
and get a
pervert man
conviction.
is a pervert, but not a murderer here, right?
Yeah, I mean, you should talk to both of them, I guess.
Boys, you've really come through this.
Hey, it's
time.
Leary.
Captain, we were on our way to interview Eli Rooney.
Actually, no, we
folks, I know.
weren't.
This particular fiend is an old acquaintance. I have tried to reaffirm his belief in a wrathful and terrible God.
With the back of your hand.
Sir,
I'll be dealing.
sir, just need to. All right, sir. That actually wasn't the person that I wanted to interrogate.
You can
So
go
I'm
to the other
gonna
one first
go
if you want.
away now. Goodbye.
It's the other, I don't think. Oh yeah, interview room 2 is this way.
Interview room 2 is to the right. Okay, where are
Yeah.
we going? Interview room 2. That's this door here.
It certainly seems like Captain Leary would be happy if you arrested
Here's where we
Rooney,
stand.
but
Yeah.
it doesn't.
You're
It
never
seems like
gonna
Mol
heard screaming
probably did
coming
it.
from your house.
I totally
You
remember
were
doing the
burning your
wrong thing in this
blood-stained
case the
shoes.
first time that I
You have
played
no
this.
one who can confirm your whereabouts last night. Your daughter says you're a violent man. We have
Was
everything
the wrong
we need
thing
to send you to
arresting
death
Rooney, or
row.
do you not
And
remember
all
what
you
it
have to
was?
say for
I don't
yourself is,
remember
"I
what the
didn't
actual
do it."
answer was. I just remember that I got
I swear I
the
didn't.
cop mad at me for
me that light
hitting
test.
whatever
Nice.
thing I did. So, also,
Well, it's possible that the.
okay. So what do we got for evidence? Small men's footprints, size 8 work boots. I believe size 8s were used as a shorthand for small in a previous case. Rope pattern. We've got the length of rope.
The overalls are relevant, of course.
Yeah.
As is the tire iron if he's a mechanic. With his
Yes.
car and everything. Well, dude,
I just want to be able to connect the rope to him as well. Man,
Yeah,
it
the
would be
rope
really
is
fucked
dull.
up if they were just like, hey, here's this weirdo, creepo, pedophile guy with basically no alibi.
Why are you just sitting there?
Shut the fuck up. Anyway, I'm gonna hit disposal of evidence.
Why did you burn your shoes, Hugo?
That's a good question.
Because I knew you'd never believe me.
What? That's a stupid reason, and you're stupid for saying it. I'm going to back out because I don't know how stupid it is. I just need to know whether I need to hit doubt or lie. That's going to require different questions.
I reckon it's truth on that one.
Iron, Hugo. An appropriate choice of tool for a mechanic.
I know nothing about any tire iron.
Okay,
See,
let's lie.
Hugo. You're going to have to come clean on this.
Probably.
You got no proof.
That very possibly is true. But we do have a bloody tire iron, so let's just...
Which was found in Deirdre's
Your
car.
wife drove a Chevrolet, Hugo. What make of car do you drive?
A Chrysler Air Force.
Ah, that's what the tire iron was from a Chrysler.
The tire iron that killed your wife came from a Chrysler.
Okay, got
So
that
he definitely had access to that.
Maybe it is the creepo pedophile guy, because now we're just like at the opposite situation where I'm just like, man, there's so much evidence pointing to this guy that just like, it can't be that simple,
We will
right?
definitely want to interview both of them. Do you want to go back to the... Oh, okay.
Someone parked it at the school late last night. Do you have anything to say about that?
It wasn't me.
Where do you keep your work clothes?
I keep them in my... Oh, come on, dude.
Enough lies, Hugo. Your overalls put you at the scene of the crime.
I'm actually going to back out of this accusation here and hit intuition.
Hang on. You see what he just said? My overalls are in the laundry of my... Oh, yeah, but what if they're not his overalls?
That's what I'm going to say.
You know what I wonder?
What's up?
You know what I wonder? Can we actually leave this interrogation, go talk to the other guy, and swap between them?
I think so. But
yeah,
I do
maybe.
really want to hit the intuition point here.
But let's save it up when we can, though, because we've been in that situation. How about before using intuition, trying to figure out with the overall stuff by talking to both of them, and like leveraging the fact that we've got both of them here?
That's fair. So I've already backed out of disposal of evidence and victim's vehicle recovered. I'm going to hit access to braided rope, and then probably I'm going to just back out of the rest of the accusation or interrogation. Go talk to the other guy.
Do you know anything about
find out that he works for Howard Miller, and that's why his overalls say HM.
I was a scout. I learned some more in the Army.
Your wife was strangled with a braided rope, which we found in the trunk of her car.
That is true.
I think you bought that rope specifically
That
to
is
strangle
probably
her.
not true.
But that rope...
I don't think we can prove the rope has anything to do with him.
That is, yes.
So the rope question, he could be telling the truth here.
Distinctive ligature, and yeah.
Yes, there was a rope.
That's pretty much all we've got the proof of. Is just like, yep, there was a rope, and it's very distinctive.
Nothing personal.
Almost as if somebody wanted to frame this guy.
Yeah.
He is an asshole.
But if so, they did a good job, though.
You believe my story?
No. I can't leave. I'm sorry. I would love to talk to the other guy first, but I don't think I can leave.
Oh, okay. I guess we've got to keep going. So, disposal evidence. I think he was telling... I remember that truth here really means, like, coax it out of them, right? So I reckon we pick truth to get him to tell us his story, whether it's a true story or not.
Let me just check the evidence here. He wanted to burn his shoes because he was never sure that we'd believe him.
Let's ask him what it is he thinks we wouldn't believe.
Yeah, I'm going to hit lie to get that out of him. And then probably back out and hit truth. But I just do want to see, like, if he's going to say, like, oh, you'll never believe that I didn't have the same size shoes as the murderer. And then we'll just be like, no, you had small shoes. You have
Bear in mind,
shoes.
the thing he needs to explain is not the size of his shoes, it's the blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're full of shit, Hugo.
Probably
feel
true.
Sorry for you. You
Yes.
feel sorry for your wife. The blood came
yes.
from the wound in your wife's head.
Maybe.
Why would I lie? You can check at the workshop.
What?
We don't.
No.
know
Yeah.
I made a mistake.
Yep. Okay. Going to.
But actually, you can kind of see what Cole was going for there. He was hoping the guy would just confess and be like, yes, I know it was her blood. Oh, you got me there. I totally did, in fact, murder her. But yeah, I reckon truth on this one.
I just do want to make sure that we don't have anything special here.
The jewelry is interesting because it hasn't really played into anything. Like, it seems unrelated to the case apart from being similar to the previous case. Maybe that's maybe it's there for narrative reasons. But
it's a very like classic misdirection thing in murder cases where you're like, oh, it was clearly a robbery because they stole the jewelry, but actually it's very rarely actually that because of how common it is as a misdirection thing.
That said, last time with Oscar Mendez, it may well have been that he wanted the jewelry, and that may have been part of why he killed her.
This dude is so shifty, though. Like, I don't want to hit truth.
I want you to hit truth.
He's just so fucking shifty, though. Like, I can't believe that truth is the correct option. Because...
It's not truth, though. It's not you're telling the truth. It's... I'm going to gently ask you for more information.
Yeah, but... I don't know. This is part of the, like... They changed it from Coke's...
Why
whatever lie to truth, doubt, lie.
Yeah.
And this is one of the victims of that thing.
Yeah, but like, given that we have understood that...
Yeah.
Tell you what, if you pick truth and it's wrong, how about... I'm trying to think of some sort of penance I could make. I won't say I told you so, because I would be wrong.
No, yeah, that's fine. Well, it's probably not lie, which we kind of already knew. But I don't want to hit intuition point there, because I wanted to use it on a different question.
Just truth and truth.
Okay, here's hoping.
Believe what?
It was correct. It was truth.
It's rabbit's blood.
Okay.
A guy at work brought him in, and I helped him skin them.
You probably... Alright, I guess that's yep, whatever.
It could be. Yeah, I mean, we don't know whether that's true, right? But, like, it's true that he has a story.
Do you have anything to say about that?
It wasn't me.
Where do you keep your work clothes?
I keep them in my locker.
This is where I will say...
It would be nice to be able to look in his locker, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I'm going to hit lie and see what Phelps accuses him of. Because I think the answer is lie with the overalls here. Because it's those are his initials, etc. But if Phelps accuses him of something completely obscene, you're just like, no, that's not correct. And
well, we've already seen it. We know it is lie with the overalls, so feel free to pick that. Like you tried that last time.
Enough lies, Hugo.
You already saw. We saw this text.
Yeah, but I forgot
my
about it.
My overalls are in the laundry of my house.
You know.
So the question is basically, are these his overalls? I guess you could just claim they are and see what he says. Like, what the worst that happens is you get an X mark.
That's very bad, though. I don't want to get any X marks. You know what I'm going to do?
Don't ask.
I'm going to back out and I'm going to hit the other question first. Because we still got one left. Access to braided rope.
Do you know anything about ropes?
Yeah.
As much as the next man. I was a scout. I learned some more in the army.
This seems like a lie situation where you can say, like, I've never touched a rope ever.
I don't know. Like, I don't think that's how it works generally. Like, it's not...
Yeah. Man.
I reckon this one...
Did this guy not fucking do it?
Well, I mean, it may be that he did it, but we don't have the evidence to prove it. The thing is, we probably could convict him on the evidence we've got. Like, you put the bloody shoe stuff in front of a jury, they'll probably be like, yes, he was trying to hide the evidence of his crime. We don't believe this story about a rabbit.
You can think whatever you want. But that rope has nothing to do
We can't prove that the rope has anything to do with him.
No. This is a truth or doubt pick, this one. It's like so basically the question is, do you believe you can get any useful information out of him, basically, or by whichever method, by accepting what he says about the rope and hoping for more info, or by saying we don't believe.
I don't want to use intuition on both of these questions.
Yeah.
But I do want to use it on at least one of these, and now it's just like, which one is going to give me more useful information?
I'm not sure. Either of them will give you... Well, so the overalls thing, there's an obvious thing you can do. You could show him the overalls, right? Yeah, maybe let's just do that so that we don't use intuition in this case.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like, show him the overalls, and it's probably going to be like, no, those aren't my overalls.
Yeah, even if he says, oh, I can prove those aren't mine, that's valuable to know. And maybe they'll be like, oh shit, they are mine. I killed my wife.
Enough lies.
It is a bit weird. It's a bit weird though, because like, if he had left his bloody overalls in the car, he would know he'd done that.
Yeah.
So if they are his, I'm going to be really confused. But yeah.
Green overalls, bloodstained. With the
It did play the good music.
Found in the trunk of your wife's car.
There could have been that more than one answer was right. Sometimes
It can't be mine. Why, Hugo? Because if they were yours, they'd be in the incinerator too?
That is a good point. That's also all the information that we get.
That's really interesting. Like he didn't confess or anything. He really did seem to think that they can't be my overalls. But
so
I do kind of want someone to find him.
As much as the next man.
I think this is a doubt situation, but I am going to hit intuition to find out what the fuck.
I feel like I would probably just pick truth or doubt and not mind which one. I don't think it matters much. Although, I mean, what are you going to get out of him by like knowing in detail what access he's got to ropes? Like, they're not that hard to get ropes, I think, even in 1950.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the guy bought the entire heating system because he wanted to get a pipe to murder a pig. So...
Yeah, that was a weird guy, though.
He was a moron. But this guy doesn't seem very bright either, so... Alright.
Yeah, he's more cunning, though, than the other one was. The wannabe affair haver.
I'm looking around for a coin. I don't have one. But I am going to flip a thing here between truth and doubt. Hang on.
Don't tell me which it is, just press a button.
You learned to strangle
it was
with
doubt,
the rope in
by
the
the way.
arm?
With rope, with my bare hands, but mainly with wire. I learned a lot of things.
Wire?
But I still didn't kill my wife.
For argument's sake, what type of rope would you use?
If I had to, I would use a triple braid. Less flexy.
This guy is too suspicious, isn't he? Like it takes.
It's a very weird thing. No, I'm going to leave the investigation. I don't think he did it. He is hell of suspicious, though.
He didn't either. I think he's a shitty person who probably didn't kill his wife.
Yeah, it's like they stacked up too much evidence that's just like, hey, you should check out this guy. You should show him jail. He had a motive.
Yeah,
he had like the experience. He had the bloody thing in his car.
But when you say he had a motive, right? Like, what was his motive really? The marriage wasn't that good, right? And once before he hit his wife, which is very bad. But does it really give him a motive to kill her?
Asking for your sympathy, boy.
Okay, let's just.
So Eli Rooney, who is not nice.
This guy totally did it then. Like if these are our two options,
but you have a job.
It's not the husband, so it's this guy.
Correct.
I had me a job down in San Pedro. I'm looking for
San Pedro.
San Pedro is not a real place.
The accent is cool.
It is San Pedro. Thank you very much.
San Pedro.
I did back out because we don't really have anything about this guy.
Well, you have the fact that he had the brooch.
Yeah.
Like, he was carrying that. That is very odd. Also, let's find out if he worked as a sailor. Because if he did, he'd have access to the right kind of rope.
Tie up any of your victims, Eli?
It's not a nice thing to go calling that.
What would you call them?
I can't say. I learned a long time ago not to go talk about the things I like.
Answer the goddamn question.
He's right. I can hear your dander getting up.
See what I mean? Short answer is yes.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't like pedophiles.
I know a good rope from a bad rope, if that's what you mean. That's not what you mean, is it? Any old rope will do me fine.
You're lying, Eli. You're a creature of habit. You just get out of jail and you're back to your old ways.
Wait,
you use
did we know that he was just out of jail?
That may be the case.
Well, he said he'd been in jail for something.
Nothing that says I used a rope to hurt that woman.
I don't know that we have enough to say that like he used a rope specifically to hurt this woman specifically.
Yeah. Do the other question
a rope
first.
was used to hurt her, but we don't know that he used a rope to hurt her. So
Do the other question first. The place of employment, because if he's a sailor, he might have access to that kind of rope. Specifically.
family ate roadkill during the Dust Bowl.
Oh, hang on. Did we see this one before?
Yes, we did.
To have a job, correct?
But
Oh.
I didn't pay attention. It was the San Pedro thing.
I'm looking for something new.
So, you know what? I'm going to Google, not for this game, but I'm going to look where San Pedro is.
It's near Los Angeles.
Yeah, but is it on the coast? Because if it's on the coast, I bet... Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I mean, that sounded dumb, didn't it? Like, of course it's near Los Angeles since this game is set in Los Angeles, but I assure you, I actually knew separately to the game that San Pedro was near Los Angeles.
Yes.
It totally is actually a fact that was in my brain.
And do you know where San Pedro is near Los Angeles?
No, absolutely not. I just know it's near.
Well, I can tell you, because I'm looking at it right now, it's south and on the shores, which is very interesting, given that some kind of sailor's rope was used to strangle the lady.
I've done 14 years in and out of prison, son.
Well, that's bad.
You think you can outweight me? You're wrong.
Do you want to try picking by and see if you can accuse him of like having access to the rope for sailor reasons?
Yeah.
I sent an officer down there to find out, and it turns out you wasted his time.
No, we can't prove that he was in San Pedro.
No.
That's correct. It is not worth lying over. There's way more things that are worth lying over in this case.
For now.
Maybe just pick doubt then, try and... Oh, but I don't know, maybe... Would he tell you anything even if you yell at him?
Intuition. This is what intuition's for.
Alright. This one's intuitable.
Doubt it is.
This place you worked have a name?
Hennessy Marine.
Oh, what's that?
You can't miss
a marine place. Some place where you might get the
they give you any work
sailor's rope.
Sure.
Not just the rope.
Green
coverall with HM on it.
Dang thing was hot.
Oh! Well, okay. Now I feel way better about all of
You ever
this.
tie up any
That seems relevant.
Yeah, okay.
It's not a nice thing to go
I
calling
think
that.
no matter what happens in the rest
would
of this
you call
questioning, we can totally hit the arrest
can't
button
say.
and just be good. We got it.
I learned a long
Well,
time ago not to go talk
I
about
mean,
the things I like.
Yeah, I mean, there's two HMs in the case now. It could, yeah.
Answer the goddamn question, Rudy, before I
There's two
blame you.
HMs, but also
what I
like
mean?
the husband totally didn't do it.
Short answer.
We've at least gotten
have
enough
any
questions
preference
there that
regarding
we're just
rope,
like,
Eli?
no,
I know a good
he's
rope from a
a
bad
shithead.
rope, if
The thing
that's
is,
what you mean.
the problem is, I agree
not
with
what
you.
you
I
mean,
don't
is
think Hugo Moller did it. But all the reasons we had earlier to think Eli Rooney didn't do it, they still apply.
You're a creature of habit. You just get out of jail
Like,
and you're back to your old
I'm not
ways.
convinced
You use
by
a
either of
specific
these
type of rope.
people.
That may be
I
the
think,
case.
given the constraints of the
You
video
got
game,
nothing
where
that
we have
says
two
I
people to
used a
accuse,
rope
and one
to
is the
hurt
husband
that
who
woman.
definitely didn't do it, and one is the guy who probably didn't do it, we go with the guy who probably didn't do it.
Looks like I was mistaken.
Also,
oh, yeah,
that's the one that I hit
certainly.
live before, so I'm just going to hit the motive for the baller murder
So,
instead.
yeah, certainly in the video game you will have to pick one, but
That ain't so. Ain't done nothing like that.
what?
You're a liar.
Okay, that's a lie. He's got
You
the
needed
brooch.
the money, so you killed her.
I
Been
don't
around
think he
some,
needed
son.
money,
You
though.
got some evidence?
Sure he
that
did. He
proves
was
I
like
stole that
unemployed and just got out of prison.
He was employed as like a janitor or whatever.
Just show him the butterfly brooch. He physically was in possession of
I
it.
done told you I found
Incorrect.
that dirty thing. I never stole it.
Found where?
I should have doubted it.
Or truth even.
You ever tie up any of your
I think doubt was correct there, but
It's not a
Maybe.
nice thing to go calling that.
What would you call them?
So how are we going to answer this one?
I learned
He
a long time ago not to go
he doesn't
talk
seem like
about
the sort of
things
person
I
who
like.
cracks under pressure, or rather he has already been subjected to arbitrary amounts of police pressure because he's a repeat criminal. So he doesn't care. He knows he's probably going to jail anyway.
yeah,
Any preference
we
regarding
are.
rope, Eli?
So I feel
good rope
fairly
from bad
confident at this
rope,
point.
that's what you
We are going to arrest this man for the murder.
That's not what you mean.
Are you? I mean, you might as well pick doubt. I think, okay. Yeah, I am not convinced that either of them did it. However, Rooney probably needs to be arrested. That was the case that Galloway and Leary were both sort of making earlier. That
They did sell it very hard.
yeah, I mean, it does seem
if
like
there is
getting
a
off
third
the
option that
street.
we totally missed somehow, like, yeah, I will totally eat all the crow that's out there. It's like every
No, I think
single
I'm
crow.
with you. I think maybe pick doubt on this one. I think arresting Rooney is probably the right way to go.
So we want to know whether he's like aware of
got
ropes.
special preferences.
I've hit lie on this every time, but
you just get out of jail and you're back to your
but like the
ways.
claim is, you know,
use a
you use
specific
this
type
rope,
of
and we have no proof of that, so it's not right to pick a lie. Maybe doubt though.
Nothing that says I used a rope to hurt that woman.
The trouble is, we have like nothing that says he hurt her at all.
Or that somebody used a rope to hurt the woman.
Yeah, but we've got absolutely nothing that says it was him. Like,
yeah. So
apart from
we're at like lie with rope pattern
doubt.
or doubt, both
It's
of
doubt.
which are technically accurate in that like we have a proof that somebody used rope to hurt the woman, and
I
also
don't.
we don't have
I don't.
proof that he used rope to hurt.
I don't see this as controversial. Like, it's definitely not lie. Like, I don't know why we're repeatedly checking it. There's no need to. It could be truth or doubt.
Well, it's not doubt, so I can tell you that very much.
Maybe truth then. Like, maybe he really didn't
But I
use.
didn't rope that woman. You're not hanging
I
this one on
don't.
me, partner.
I don't like that he
I
said
don't
that
like
he
you,
didn't
Eli.
rope
I think
that
you're an
woman.
evil
I
man.
just don't
I
like
think
it.
you try to pass off your pain to other people. I can't make you for this case, but my consolation is that I
Well-
don't think you will be out of prison for very long.
You can
Boy.
count on it, shitbird.
I don't
That's
like what
interesting.
Phelps, or
The
yeah, I don't
captain
like
and
what
the
Phelps
half
said
squad
there.
would like to talk to you next. Any idea
Because it
what
makes
they
me
might
think
wanna
that we're going to
talk
have
about?
to accuse the husband of this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it
charge
seems
Hugo
like
Mahler
if
with
you.
murder. He
It
didn't
seems like
fucking
you
do
have
it.
to. It seems like you have to get a number of questions. Well, that's the thing. We have more evidence on Muller than on Rooney.
He didn't do it. Though.
Like, I agree. I don't think he did it either. But I don't think either of them did it.
No. But I think that if we're going to charge one of them, I want to go back and charge that motherfucker. Because,
I think you probably have to get some questions right to charge him. Is the problem?
yeah, if only I had hit lie on that one question instead of doubt. But I guess here we
I
are.
think it was probably truth.
I've seen an attorney.
Okay, charge
No,
suspect.
Mueller, I'm charging you with the murder of your wife.
Yeah, he
You'll be
didn't fucking
arraigned
do
and
it.
Taken before a grand jury. Book him, Rusty.
Great. Awesome.
With pleasure.
I love this video game. It's very good and not bad at all. Are we going to get yelled at for fucking up that case?
I don't think so, because I reckon from the police point of view, it seems possible to convict Hugo Muller. I think there's enough evidence to make a good case against him. I personally don't think he did it, but I think the police will not have a problem.
Yep, we're going to get yelled at for fucking up that case.
I stood in front of a troop
Great,
of reporters
awesome.
and made promises.
I didn't want to accuse that guy, but I had
Promises
to.
of swift and fearful retribution, and you bring me an armful of vagary and happenstance. You made the department look bad, lad. Do it again, and your career as a policeman will come to an abrupt and ignominious end.
I don't think you're being yelled at. Okay.
I am very definitely being yelled at. He told me that if I fuck up a case again, I'm going to get fired.
Now, what I mean is, you are not being yelled at. Cole is being yelled at, but I think, okay, given how circumstantial the evidence was in that case, I think this was the outcome that was going to happen.
I really do not think so. I think that I was supposed to accuse that guy harder and get him to admit to it, and then just be like coasting.
Well, I don't think we could have got him to admit to it. I think the truths might have been the things to pick for Rooney.
Let's find out what it tells me. Yeah. It's yelling at me here as well.
I
missed one clue and two questions, and those two questions were the most important things in the case.
Okay, so like I agree that Leary, Captain Leary, would probably have been happy if you accused Rooney, right? But which you couldn't do because of those specific questions. But I think that the case was deliberately ambiguous, and that it's like the evidence is circumstantial. There was against both of them. While Leary would, I think, have been happy to accuse Rooney, the evidence against him was even more circumstantial, right? The reason he would have been happy with it is not because it was better evidence, just because he hates that guy, right? Which, fair enough.
I am looking at the LA Noire wiki right now.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You will find like spoilers and stuff.
Yes, but I'm looking at the specific case, and it tells me that I get 5 stars if I accuse Rooney. So there you go.
Well, I don't see how we could have done that. There wasn't enough evidence on him.
You have to doubt and truth him. Truth was braided rope. Doubt was motive for the Mahler murder, which I don't think I did. I think I may have hit lie for something.
You picked lie. Yeah, you picked doubt and lie instead of truth and doubt, respectively. I did think it was truth on the rope one.
Also, if you fuck up both of the interrogations, you actually get a better result because... oh, wait, no, sorry. Mahler is the one... he just runs out of the police station and is like, I'm not going down for this. I didn't kill my wife. And also, since you don't have enough evidence to charge either of them, you're just like, well, you fucking ran away, so you did it, asshole.
And then we'll use that as evidence.
Fun fact, in the crime scene, the man wearing a blue suit, red and white tie, green pants is Game Informer magazine's journalist Dan Reichert, who visited the story visited the studio for a story during production.
Wow, that is a fun fact.
Yeah.
The thing is, the Rooney interrogation was tough, right? Like, it wasn't obvious. I did think the truth one was the one to pick there, but it wasn't clear that those were the things to pick. And if you don't get those specific things in that interrogation, you can't charge him, right? Because you don't have any reason to. So it's I don't like that. If you're meant to pick Rooney, it's too hard to. If that's really what you're meant to do, I don't know if I agree with it.
I don't think it's too hard. I think we just fucked up. But also, I remember vaguely that at the end of Homicide, there's a scenario where you can't accuse a person of murder because of their position politically. But what I think is that person did this murder. And that's why neither of these people seem like they're actually guilty. Like, the husband clearly didn't do it, and the pedophile guy seems like he didn't do it.
I would definitely be happy with an outcome of, neither of those was guilty, because that's what it seems like to me, the real added up sum of this case. I don't think either of them was guilty. So if it turns out later that neither of them was guilty... I think you were supposed to arrest
the pedophile guy because he's a pedophile, and that's messed up, and he's got more evidence pointing to him, but not enough to actually say, like, oh yeah, this guy did it for sure. It's just like, oh yeah, this guy's a fucking creep, but, like, he's a creep, he's a criminal for other reasons, he did not do this murder, I don't think.
I agree, yeah. I think if it turns out later that neither of them is guilty, I will be retroactively happy with this, because that's, to me, what it seems like everything was pointing to in the end.
Yeah.
Or rather, nothing was pointing to them, or not enough stuff.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah. So I think that somebody else did the murder, and that we will find them later on in Homicide Desk, but we were totally supposed to arrest the pedophile guy, because... I think this is actually the same mistake that I made the first time around, because I was like, well, I mean, the pedophile guy's a pedophile, but I don't think he did the murder, because that, like, why would he murder an adult lady? He's not into adult ladies. He's into, like, teeny ladies.
Basically,
that's a bad thing to be into, but that's, like, his whole MO, so...
This is what I meant earlier when I said, though, that they're not yelling at you, as in you, the player, did not screw up by not charging him because he's not guilty, right? They're yelling at Cole because they wanted to get this guy.
I mean, I did also screw up by arresting the husband. Like, his wife's been murdered, and despite being a bad person and, like, a domestic abuser, his daughter is just going to be, like, in the foster system now. Like, that's...
It is bad. Yeah, there's a bad outcome. The results of the crime have been bad. It's a shame.
I think this is actually maybe a worse outcome than it is that if you just arrest the pedophile guy. Because the pedophile guy's got pretty much nothing to lose. But also is a pedophile. So here we are, cops having to choose between arresting the guy who definitely did crimes and the guy who probably did crimes, but not ones that are legal. And also we have stories of him abusing his wife, but not his daughter, and boy, just sending a kid into the foster system is fucked up, and God, all of this is terrible. I hate L.A. Noire.
Wait, what? I don't understand where the conclusion comes from. This all seems like an interesting story.
I don't want to make any of these choices, is where I'm coming from. Like, none of these choices are good, and I have to make one of them. And I chose the one that I think is less good, but even the one that's better is bad. I don't want to choose those.
Someone at Rockstar Games made these choices. The question is whether you...
No, I hit the A button here. Like, that's what happened. I'm the one who hit the button.
They provided you with the choice palette, right? Like, and if all of the choices are bad outcomes, then that is the story that is being told, is letting you choose between bad outcomes.
Yes.
The question is whether that's a good thing.
But I'm the one that hit the button that made the bad outcome happen. I don't like that. I don't want to be the one that made the bad thing happen. I want to be the one that made the good thing happen. Also, I hit the A button we're gonna see if there's a flashback here, which there is.
Oh, okay. Oh shit!
Sorry, I realized that we were talking too much about
over this. That sniper barely missed you back on the beach. Until the mission is over, there'll be no more saluting or signs of rank.
I'm in charge here, Medier.
Shut the fuck up,
Do you wish to
Cole.
interrogate the prisoners?
Well, they're beat. Why they look so sullen?
You're wondering why we haven't killed them yet. There's no greater shame than being taken prisoner.
Get this, Golden Boy actually
Man,
doesn't know what he's doing.
Cole Phelps is the worst. Fuck off. Great, he learned Japanese to taunt them.
Right upside the head.
It was merely to remind him of his place. His shame was the tone of voice that he used with a superior. I respect the Japanese, Corporal.
Respect, we're here to
Cole is so
kill
weird.
sons of bitches.
Do you know why we are fighting the Japanese, Private?
With respect, sir, these bastards attacked Pearl Harbor.
And why did they attack Pearl, Private?
Because they hate the US of A and our way of life.
They attacked the US because we cut off their oil.
He's right, actually.
This is what his men want to hear right now. I don't think he's a very good leader.
No, he's a bad leader and a bad person, and he alternates between, like, what's the worst possible option I can select right now? As Cole Phelps. Like, what's the worst thing that I could say? Ah, here we are. And he just pulls out his Rolodex and just selects the worst option from a list of several.
A lot of the time he's kind of coming from a place of trying to be a good person, but not really succeeding. It's interesting. The thing is, I think the overall story of Cole is the most, to me, contextualizes and improves the story of the individual cases, because, like, yes, he fucks up. That's what he does, kind of. Like, he's a fuck-up. He's a smart, capable, athletic police officer who fucks up all the time, and it's causing people some very bad problems, and we're going to see where it goes.
Yes, I agree with that. I think that's, like, a cool story. I just really don't want to be the person in charge of, like, making him fuck up. Like, it's inevitable that he's fucking up. In that case specifically,
no, I get where
there's
you're
no correct
coming from,
there's no correct option. But, like,
I
don't want to be the one to hit A when he fucks up.
I almost want to apologize for making you play this video game now, except that surely this is like must-watch television.
I think we're just about there. I'm really looking forward to. I am in heavy quotation marks there. I'm looking forward to Vice, where I will just completely shit my pants. Just be incredibly mad all the time.
I'm actually starting to remember, thinking about Vice and stuff I remember from there, I'm starting to remember why this is one of my favorite games. And I am starting to empathize with why it isn't always fun to play, yes.
So I don't remember Vice very well. I remember one specific instance in Vice fairly well. But mostly what I remember in Vice is just like, Cole is there, and bad things are happening, and you can't do anything good, and the game is just like, well, you tried your best, Cole, but you didn't do it. And Cole's just like, oh, I'm sorry, guys. And then he does worse later. And it's just like, oh, well, I don't really want to hit A for that, but I guess I'm going to have to. Here we are. I'm looking forward to Arson at this point, because I remember, like, not particularly enjoying Vice, but I didn't play Arson at all, so maybe Arson is good.
Arson is extremely good. It really ties off the game. I think you will like it more than the other bits, actually.
Here's hoping, because boy, at this point, I'm just like, yeah, man, fuck LA Noire. I was right when I said this game was a piece of shit made by assholes. I was right. Fuck this game.
Maybe the next homicide case will be, there's a crime, you can solve it, now the world is better because you've locked up a criminal. Maybe.
Maybe you actually arrest the right fucking people this time. Like, instead of arresting the wrong people and being like, it's one of these two motherfuckers, and just, like, the evidence saying, like, actually, no, it's probably not either of them. But then you have to pick one of them. Like, imagine if I had gotten all those questions
because
right.
Captain Leary
right?
promised a swift and terrible vengeance. You got to pick someone,
yeah.
And then he's mad because you didn't have enough evidence to make it a good case. Well,
imagine if I
what are you going to do?
Imagine if I had gotten all the evidence. Imagine if I had gotten all the questions right, and I had to pick one of them. I arrest a pedophile.
Yeah.
He's happy, but, like, I still didn't do good. I did bad. I arrested the wrong person. This is totally like a totally separate killer.
In fact, I'm pretty sure that's how it did go when I played the game. I was like, I remember going, well, I'm pretty sure this guy didn't do it, but that is what my superiors want me to do. And I picked him, and they were like, oh, fucking good job. I'm so glad this guy's behind bars. And I think I remember like a scene where the detective and the captain were like, oh, man, he totally didn't do it, but whatever. Yeah, this is great news. And Cole, I think, was very, very uncomfortable.
So now, in retrospect, having done this, I totally remember this is exactly what I did the first time. I was like, the pedophile guy didn't do it. And just like ended up accusing the husband by default because you can't not accuse either of them.
Mm-hmm.
You have to accuse one of them. And like, the pedophile guy didn't do it, and the husband didn't do it also, but the husband is a default assumption. You can't not accuse the husband. Like, if you,
that's the thing. If
you don't accuse the pedophile, you have to accuse the husband. So
the cool thing is, it's like this is the theme that's been driven home throughout these two cases, that the husband is the default assumption. That's the game is kind of showing you. This is what Galloway was talking about. They do always pick the guy, and so they're like, and then this turns into a statistic. They're like, yeah, the husband always did it. We always arrest the husband, but how often is that actually right?
Not often, and I'm very mad. Still, I'm super mad. I'm going to close this video now because we need to stop. But I'm incredibly angry, and I would like to repeat, I'm very mad about all of this.
Before you turn off the recording, I want to say one more thing. My guess is, this is actually a terrible suspicion I have, I reckon the LAPD of 1950 actually also made mistakes and fucked up people's lives in real life.
This is very true. I just don't want to be a part of that, is the thing. Like, yes, it's very true that the LAPD sucks, that Cole Phelps as a, like, not the person Cole Phelps, because that doesn't exist, but a person who is in Cole Phelps' situation is also going to suck and be bad. I just don't want to be the person who is going to hit, yes, this guy did it. Because he didn't fucking do it, so don't make me do that.
I love the story of the extremely flawed person who was capable. Like, he's clearly got many good points, and yet that isn't enough.
I really like flawed protagonists. I just don't like having to make the flawed decisions that they make. So, if this was a movie, I think I would like it very much more. And if this was a video game where he was like trying to atone for his past sins, I would like it very much. But being the person as he's fucking up is just not my thing.
Well, we do have to keep going because, like I said, given what you just said, I think you will at least like Arson.
I really hope that's true. That's the one that I didn't play originally because I was just so mad at the end of Vice.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be good at least.
I guess with that shocking expose of where I stopped playing and also how fucking mad I am. Again, spoilers. Very angry. I'm very mad.
We'll see you all next time for the next video, in which I don't yet know whether anyone will be mad. It's unknown. Possibly we'll be mad again. Maybe not.
Spoiler report. I will probably be very mad. I will be.
But you might be. It's possible.
See you guys next time.
That was the golden butterfly.
And there's the pop-up.
It will probably happen soon. I think it must have been a longer than ordinary video.
Pop-up, hey?
Hello?
I'm gonna hit
you pressed
Alt
Alt F9?
Oh, it's